So I received a comment on one of my recent videos, specifically regarding the Bernie Sanders and Joe Rogan, one of the videos I did about those guys. And it was something to the effect of they chose an engineering degree in automation, and they basically conveyed the sentiment that it would be unfair that the people who do automation and all of those stuff are going to have to continue doing that to support the rest of the people who get to sit around doing nothing. And I understand that sentiment, and I even agree with it to a certain degree. It's not fair. It's absolutely not fair. Expecting a certain portion of the population to do work so that the rest of everybody can just pursue whatever they feel like pursuing is absolutely not fair. But the problem is that what's the alternative? Right? Like, if we are moving into a world where corporations are going to go out of their way to not hire people anymore because now they can get robots to do everything. They can pay one time for a robot. They don't have continuing costs of salary and insurance and all these other things that they have to worry about. That's absolutely what the companies are going to do. So unless we're going to make it so that we're going to put a halt to automation, which would be stupid because other countries aren't going to do that. China and all the other countries that are working on this stuff, they're not going to stop, which means we can't stop. We have to keep going. The genie's out of the bottle. You can't put it back in. So we have to go down this road. And what do we do with the tens of millions, or even, if even if we get to the point where a third of the population just can't work anymore because there's no jobs for them to do? Do we just let them starve to death? Do we kill them? Do we go back 200 years and put everybody who can't find a job into slavery so that we get something out of them? I mean, what is your solution to the problem? It's easy to complain that some people are going to have to continue doing things while other people get to enjoy the benefits of the society. And I agree with you that it's unfair. But the alternative is to do something completely monstrous, because that's the only way you're going to be able to address that situation, other than just providing for those people and letting them live life even though they don't have to do anything for it anymore. Like, those are the only two options. There's nothing in the middle. There's no middle ground here, because there's nothing for them to do, right? Unless you're going to force them to do some kind of pointless manual labor stuff for no compensation, for like pointless manual labor stuff. Like, this is stuff you could have your robots doing, but you're just going to force people to do meaningless things that contribute nothing to the world just so that they earn it. And it's like, that's just slavery. Like, that's not anything real. That's not something that contributes to anything. You're just doing it out of spite because you're not happy that you got stuck having to continue working while other people got to, have the good life. And I understand that sentiment. I felt that way for the past 5 years. All these people who got to do all this remote work stuff while I was forced to continue working in a bullshit fucking office. I was angry. I've been angry. I want to find remote work. I can't find it. There's all these people out here doing remote work, but I'm still, if I want to find a job, I have to get into an office somewhere, and I don't want to do that, right? But I have to, because you got to make money. The reality that we all have to understand is that life is almost never fair. It's never going to be fair. You can't force it to be fair. And if we want to be morally upright and caring people, rather than the assholes of the world that we all hate, well, then, some of us are going to have to suck it up and do the work, do the things that, need to get done. It's just the way that it is. And I'm sorry if you get stuck into that category. I might get stuck into that category. I'm not saying I have the aptitude where I could learn the engineering things that will probably be necessary to do that stuff, or the programming stuff that probably be necessary to do that stuff. I might get sucked into that. And if that's my fate, then it is what it is. But at the same time, if there are people if the majority of the population is just not usable, you either kill them off or put them into slavery, or you take care of them. And that's, and taking care of them means more than just they live on the street and you provide them a little bit of food and that's it. No, you provide them with a place to live and enough food to be healthy and access to resources that allow them to live a meaningful life. Like, that's what you do. And if you're not going to do that, then you're kind of a piece of shit. It doesn't matter whether it's fair or not. What matters is that there's a right thing and a wrong thing, and you're either going to do the right thing or you're going to do the wrong thing. And it's pretty black and white. Few things in life are black and white as much as this is, but this is pretty much black and white. You're either going to do the charitable thing and support your fellow man and help mankind as a whole move into a better place and push us into an era where more and more people, as time goes on, gets to do what they want to do and find a meaningful, fulfilling life. And yeah, you had to make some sacrifices to make that happen, but it's a noble and meaningful goal. Or you're going to be selfish and say, fuck those guys. If I don't get to have it, then they don't get to have it, and you let everybody die. So you got to pick one. You got to pick one. There is no other alternative solution that I can think of. I mean, maybe there's one, but I can't think of any. If you can't work, you starve to death, or people take care of you. That's just kind of it. That's just kind of it. So I don't know. Have an argument down in the comments about it. I'm sure it'll be a riveting discussion that will generate engagement. So that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers, and then head over to my gaming channel where we're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers and subscribe over there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.